Happy Saturday, everybody. It's Coach Mike with Elite Performance. I wanted to do a video today and talk to you about how being able to, even on a really basic general level, be able to understand food labels has a direct impact on your ability to lose weight, gain weight, avoid sickness, diseases, and things like that. I would say cure, but in the United States, I'm not allowed to say that. So I'll say just avoid. But how having this knowledge on even a really basic level can help you a whole lot. So I'm going to give you a few examples of this later on in this video, and that's all I can really give you because there are literally probably, a million different things to talk about. There's no one video that can be done. What I can do is, what I'm going to do is give you a few examples, point you in the right direction about how to go about finding the rest of the information, because it's too much. And no one person or book could go over all of this. So what my goal today is to educate you on how to do it. The whole teach a man how to fish or give him some food or whatever the thing. So I'm going to teach you how to fish. I'm going to teach you how to look for it for yourself. All right. First thing I want to go over briefly, and I've talked about this before in other videos, is that eating too many calories has very little to do with weight loss or weight gain, weight gain, weight gain definitely, but it has nothing to do with weight loss. Like I've stated before, calories in, calories out is a physics concept, and particularly it's a Newtonian physics concept. But the body is biology, all right, and more specifically, the body is epigenetics, and those two things just can't exist together. All right, Newtonian physics says the human body is a mechanical machine, and 300 years ago that was a brilliant idea, but now we know that that's just not true. We're not mechanical machines, so mechanical laws, although they may sound good, just don't work on biology. All right, I've been counseling clients on holistic nutrition for 8 years now. And I can tell you 100% of the time, I've never, ever, ever seen a person who wanted to lose weight, needed to lose weight, even wanted to lose weight only. I can't say gain weight, lose weight only, and they were eating too many calories. All right, 100% of the time, everybody who ever wants to lose weight is always not eating enough. All right, so if they're not eating enough, yet they're overweight or obese, what's the problem, Coach Mike? There has to be something, right? And there is something. The number one cause, well, this could be argued. It could be argued among a couple things, but none of them are going to be calories. But arguably, the number one cause of weight gain, number one, and chronic disease, number two, is inflammation inside the body. All right, inflammation in the body takes place when free radicals get inside the body and wreak havoc. All right, now a free radical is an oxygen atom that's lost an electron, and now it's just rogue. It's crazy. An example of free radical damage is when iron turns to rust. Free radicals break things down. All right, so if there's too much oxidative damage in the body because of free radicals, then the body, for me trying to just be really, really simple, is going to start to rust. All right, and once things start to rust, they don't work right. And once things aren't working right, the immune system becomes taxed, because the immune system is trying to fight all of this stuff and it just can't do it. And if stuff isn't working properly, then yeah, it's going to be really hard to lose weight, because your body just doesn't have the stuff that it needs to regulate all of the biological processes that have to take place, because it keeps having to fight inflammation. Now, there are two types of inflammation. You have acute and you have chronic. Acute inflammation is you walk outside, a car backfires, you inhale some dirty emissions, Inflammation takes place in the body. Body mobilizes it, fights the inflammation. It's over. It had a start point, an end point. It's done. The body is 1,000,000,000% capable of handling situations like that. The problem is when the inflammation doesn't stop. It just keeps going on and 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 on, and the body becomes taxed. In particular, the immune system becomes taxed, and it just can't keep up. And when your immune system fails, all things fail. Okay? Weight loss, or weight gain rather, is probably the least of the problems if the immune system fails, but it is a result because it's just too taxed from trying to fight all of this oxidative damage that's going on in the body. Well, what is the number one way something is going to get inside the body to cause inflammation? And well, it's two ways: what you eat, what you drink. So one, the stuff that goes in. That's the number one way, because none of us are walking around with our face up to mufflers and inhaling car fumes all day. Right? And that's not happening. But inflammation is happening, weight gain is happening, disease is happening. So how's this stuff happening in the body? From what we eat and from what we drink, right? And the problem is, we look at the front of a package and we believe it, not understanding that that is marketing. That is a company trying to sell their product. The worst person to take advice about what to buy is the person trying to sell it to you, because they have a vested interest in not telling you the truth. We always look at the front, we look at the marketing, and we never look at the ingredients, or we just don't know what they mean. And it's the ingredients that are the poisons that cause inflammation in the body. I'm going to give you a couple of examples, but then I'm going to point you in the right direction to where you can find anything that you're looking for. All right? There's something called calcium silicate, silicate, calcium silicate, and it's used in industrial piping and as an alternative to asbestos. And Google it, and it'll tell you exactly what calcium silicate is. But if you simply also Google, and I'm not saying Google is going to be how we're going to research things, so I'm just saying for right now, it's real simple, but I'm going to give you some really good ways to research, scientific ways. But simply changing calcium silicate uses to calcium silicate food, you find out that calcium silicate is approved by the World Health Organization as a food additive. And they put it in things like table salt, which is what makes table salt, not salt, but table salt, so bad. They put it in things as an anti-clumping agent, so things don't clump up. So think of anything powdery that you could buy, and it probably has calcium silicate in it so that it doesn't clump up. But remember, calcium silicate is a chemical. You're not supposed to eat stuff that they make pipes out of, right? Here's another one. You'll see this, calcium carbonate. Well, calcium carbonate is chalk. Calcium carbonate is in all kind of baby formulas, all of them, all kind of baby foods that say gluten-free. They got chalk in them. All right, we're not supposed to eat chalk, but that's what calcium carbonate is. You'll see things on a food label that says something like vitamin A as beta carotene. What that means is there's no vitamin A in this product. In the body, you eat food containing beta carotene. Your body takes the beta carotene out of the food and converts it into vitamin A. What the label is actually telling you is that we're not smart enough to make vitamin A, so we have this synthetic form of beta carotene, and we hope your body can make vitamin A out of it, but we don't really know, necessarily not. So what are you really eating? Is this a food? Is this a toxin? All right? Food manufacturers are not required to put chemicals. Even though we can see calcium silicate is a chemical, the World Health Organization calls it safe. So according to them, that's not a chemical. The chemicals, the FDA does not require the manufacturers of food to put chemicals on the label. So as bad as calcium silicate is, they don't even have to put the bad stuff on the label. They mask the really bad stuff in words like this: natural flavors, artificial colors, natural and artificial flavors. That could mean anything. Literally, that could mean 400 chemicals. They don't have to tell you that. Do you think if you're eating foods with all of these chemicals in it, that would play a bigger role in whether you're unable to lose weight or whether this chronic disease popped up in the body? Your immune system can only take so much. And the worst part about it is these chemicals, and there are 20,000 more, but these chemicals are in all of the foods labeled and marketed as healthy. All of them have something in them that's just outright, this was made in a laboratory, human beings are not even supposed to eat this. But if you're eating this stuff every day, all the time, eventually some stuff is going to break. Let's talk about protein bars and energy bars and all of this stuff. And I had a conversation with a client actually last week, and she doesn't believe me. So I told her she'll see. But these bars are being labeled, they're being advertised as being healthy, because they might say gluten-free, which, okay, something can be gluten-free, that doesn't make it healthy. Or they'll say non-GMO. Okay, great, but that doesn't mean it's chemical-free or toxin-free. It's real quick, if a food label is trying that hard to tell you that it's good, it's probably because it's really, really bad. Because things that are really, really good don't have to be advertised as being good. You don't have to advertise the importance of water or fruit, or you don't have to advertise the importance of protein. So just keep that in mind. Whenever something's really trying to convince you that it's healthy, chances are it's the worst thing that you're looking at. But she's an advocate of taking these energy bars while in the process of telling me she had no energy, by the way. And she thinks that they're healthy. And I just said, like, okay, look at it from this point of view. Why doesn't it rot? How is it able to not go bad? Does that little aluminum cellophane package have a magic way of stopping food from molding? Because how long has it been sitting in that box? How long has it been in your house? How long was it in the grocery store? How long was it wherever it was before it was in the grocery store? Yet there's no mold on it. Yet it's not rotten. Yet you think this is healthy. The only way for things not to mold and not to rot is for them just flat out not to be food. There's no other answer. Right? They're just not food. And if they're not food, then what are they? They're toxins. And toxins cause inflammation. Inflammation causes everything, because your immune system is taxed. The point that I'm making is, if you want to change your health, if you're really serious about changing your health, changing your life, losing weight, whatever, it doesn't matter. And you need to learn how to read food labels and stop looking at the marketing on the front of the pack, or stop listening to the marketing that the person told you, and really turn it around, look at the ingredients, and see, what am I taking? What is in this? Because what's in this is really to determine whether it's healthy, and not have nothing to do with what they market it as. Alright, now this is how you can look up anything that's on a label. Alright, there's a website that healthcare professionals, doctors, nutritionists, and all those use, and it's called PubMed. 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 Alright, every drug on the market, every drug, every pharmaceutical, right? Everything from aspirin to heart drugs, it doesn't matter. 100% of it, hear me, 100% of it is all man's attempt to replicate the properties of a plant. Alright? Aspirin comes from the bark of the willow tree, I believe it was. It's the willow tree. It might not be the bark, but it's some properties from the willow tree. So you get to the willow tree or whatever part of the willow tree it is, and you get that and you take that, you get all the benefits of aspirin without the side effects. Every drug on earth comes from man trying to replicate a plant. It's like calcium silicate. So what PubMed is good for is you can put the name of the drug or whatever it is into PubMed, and it's going to give you all of the research about it. So you can look at the data and you can see how horrible this stuff is to the human body. And if you just really want to be scientific and go a little bit further, then you can look and see what plant that it came from and what they were actually trying to replicate. And the reason why that's necessary is because you can't put a patent on nature. So you can't patent a plant. And if you can't patent a plant, then we can't make money off of the plant. So what they do is they're not going to tell you the true thing that's going to make you healthy. They're going to try to replicate it, which always goes wrong. Never goes right. They're going to try to replicate it and then sell it to you in the form of these drugs and food additives, which, like I said, a food additive shouldn't be the same thing that you also use to make pipes out of. That just in no way possible can be good for my body, right? So, like I said, point is, don't look at the front of a package. Look at the ingredients. If it's a powdery substance, then it probably has the easiest one, calcium silicate. You got things like xanthan gum, guar gum, and sucralose, and blah, 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 high fructose corn syrup. You know about that one, but do you know about the other 10,000? Okay? You got to look at the labels so you can see what you're eating, because if what you're eating has all of these chemicals in it, then simply stated, it's not food. And there's your problem. Your problem is you're not eating food. You're eating what somebody told you was food. But if you stop and think, can I go out in nature and find this? Does this exist in nature? Because if it doesn't, then it's not food. It's just not. And it's full of toxins. Toxins cause inflammation. Inflammation will cause anything, because you're going to tax your immune system. And once your immune system cannot defend you, you are open prey to everything. Look at the labels. Learn how to read labels. Use a little bit of common sense. Food molds. Food goes bad. How is this package protecting it from going bad? Okay? If it's not going bad, then this protein bar, I don't care how healthy you think it is, this ain't food, because food molds. This energy bar, food molds. This stuff isn't molding. This stuff isn't food. It's full of poison. It's full of toxins. And it is slowly killing you. And that's just the way it is. Until next time, I'm Coach Mike with Elite Performance. Remember, I always want to see you happy and healthy. You guys take care. Go outside and enjoy this good weather. That's what I'm about to do.